Today I get to share with you the world champion paper airplane used in the airtime category of Red Bull paper wings. This was designed by Shin Moo Joon, one of the 3 people who just worked together to smash the distance world record, and it was inspired by Ken Blackburn's design, which he used to hold the world record for airtime at many times. Rana Muhammad Usman Saeed used this plane to win the global finals of Red Bull paper wings, and he smashed the competition, so this plane is just that good. Let's get into the video. As you can see, this paper airplane is very simple in terms of its appearance, but it is incredible in terms of its performance. Now, as you might expect from its simple shape, it is actually really easy to fold. And as I have designed a template for this plane. And when a plane looks so simple, the template adds a lot, as you can see here in terms of the appearance. So if you support me on patreon.com/foldableflight, you can fold the plane that looks like this rather than using a regular sheet of paper. And with that, let's see this plane in flight, and then I'll teach you how to fold it. I owe a massive thanks to Usman Saeed for teaching me how to fold this plane. And I was actually able to conduct a full interview with him after his victory at Red Bull Paper Wings, where we talked about his approach to the competition and how he was able to beat out so many talented paper airplane enthusiasts. I'll be making that interview available on Patreon, so stay tuned in a future video where I outline exactly how you can gain access to that interview, as well as a bunch of other interviews that I'm conducting and a bunch of paper airplane articles that I'll be writing too. The competition version of this plane uses A4 paper, but you can actually fold a very, very good version of it using US letter paper with just a few modifications, which I will of course outline in the video. You're also going to want a ruler and a pen or pencil, and with that we're going to begin by folding this right edge here to the left edge. And once you do that, you can open the paper up. And we're now going to fold this top edge here into the center crease, leaving just a millimeter gap between this top corner, or this edge rather, and that center crease. And when you fold the other side, try to make sure your gap is the same distance from the center crease as was your first side. Okay, so the paper should look like this, and we'll go ahead and fold the paper in half just to discuss the competition version of the plane. So you can see here in this version, we've got a bunch of creases, and these are going to serve to create some rigidity, which gives you a marginal performance advantage with this version of the plane. I'm not going to go all the way through it here, but you can see the measurements on screen that you'll need for all of these points that you are folding between. And for the first set of creases, you can see we've got all valley creases here. You would fold between the points measured, gently creasing, not doing a full crease, and you're going to do that 4 times. And then you'd flip the paper over and fold along these creases, which you can see which points those go between, and you're going to fold gently in this direction to do that. And you can see the ridges that are created as a result. Now, whether you do that or you don't do that, the plane continues exactly the same from here. So we're now going to open the paper up, and I'm going to fold this point here down to this point here. Okay. And now I want to fold this top edge down, and I'm going to use my pencil to illustrate the point here. Imagine that you've divided this distance from this point here to that point up there at the very top of the paper into 3 equal parts. Here are the 2 dividing lines to make roughly those equal parts. So if we want to fold, we want to crease right along that dividing line, dividing the top 2/3, which would mean that the top edge lands on the bottom dividing line. And the idea is that this distance from this point here to the top edge will be the same as the distance from this edge to that edge there. And so you can just estimate that. It does not have to be exact, but we're going to go ahead and make that crease. Okay, and now we're going to fold right along the bottom of that edge, like so. And in both versions of the plane, we're going to be rolling this down in a minute, but I want to open this up and perform another fold here first. So you can see we've got these creases right here, the innermost vertical creases that resulted from that. I'm going to flip my paper over and look to those creases again here. And I want to basically make sure my crease here in the center is a mountain crease. I'm going to be creasing along that crease and continuing it all the way down the page. And I want to make sure this is parallel to the center crease by making my edges line up on the outside. And I'll undo that and fold this side. Again, I'm looking to that crease right there. I'm going to crease all the way down the page. Okay, so now I'll flip it back over so that my center crease is a valley crease. I'm going to fold in on each side here, fold the top down, and before I go ahead and roll everything else, I want to measure, whether you're using US letter or A4 paper, I want to measure 11 centimeters from this bottom corner, and I'm going to do that on either side and give myself some reference points. Okay, with those marked, we are now going to begin rolling this edge in. We've got the crease made there, the crease made there, and we're just going to tightly roll this like so. Make sure you're landing all of these creases in alignment as you do this to maintain the symmetry of your plane. And we just keep on rolling. And the important thing here is that on our last crease, we're going to want to land this edge right on that 11 centimeter mark. And the number of times you roll the paper is going to be different based on whether you use US letter or A4 paper. You roll one more time with A4 paper than you do with US letter. So you can see I've landed that on my 11 centimeter crease or mark, and now I crease just one more time. So my plane is exactly 11 centimeters, whether I'm using A4 paper or US letter. That is the length of your plane. And you should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to break out the ruler again, and this is true whether you're using US letter or A4. We are measuring 2.7, which I know is a very specific measurement, 2.7 centimeters from this corner along the top edge and making a mark. And we'll do that on both sides. Then you're going to measure along this side, and the measurement is 1.6 centimeters. Okay, and we're going to make a crease that spans those 2 points. So flip it over and fold it in this direction, right along that line I just made, between your 2 points. So it should look like that, and we're doing the same thing over here. And we're going to go ahead and unfold those. And now we're going to measure 1.5 centimeters from the top corner and make a mark, and do that on the bottom corner too, 1.5 centimeters. Same thing on this side. And down here. And we are going to flip the paper over and fold it right between those 2 points. Precision is really important here, so try to keep your crease really straight as you do this. If you need to use 2 rulers or something, 2 straight edges to make your crease really straight, that's one way to do it. I feel confident in my folding ability, so I'm just doing it like this. But I start by finding the front mark and then crease to the back mark, just like so. Okay, and now I'm going to fold again along those creases we've already got, just reforming them. And I'm going to now make sure that my crease goes all the way to the front, And I'm pulling out the tension toward the front as I do this to make sure that the crease stays straight. Do the same thing on this side. And you can see when I stand my fins, they're not perfect. It's pretty much impossible to get them perfect, but they are pretty straight rather than wavy creases. And that's how you get a really good plane. So now we're just going to fold along our center crease and fold our wings along these existing creases we have, which you'll need to remake those creases at the front on some new layers, but try to stick to the creases you already have. And this is a finished plane. And you can see when I let go of the plane, it flies like this. It opens up a lot. So set your dihedral so that when you let go of it, the wings are nice and level. And you're going to need, whether you're doing it from 8.5 by 11 or A4, you're going to need some up elevator on the wings to help it fly level. And you can experiment with exactly what your plane needs. Any adjustments you make to the turning of the plane, you can make right here. For instance, if it's turning left, you can make it level out and turn right by bending in that direction. So thank you so much for watching this video. As always, good luck flying your plane.